The soul, back to the question, the soul is being defined on a daily basis. Okay, we're creating that soul right now. And our customers are part of that, our staff's a part of that, and there's never been a better time.
I'm going down to the church house, get down on my bended knee. Deacon Jones, pray for me.
The beer industry really applies to the whole length of the society. We see people coming in here. Now, I'm a bit older myself, but we see people my age coming in here as well, enjoying themselves just as well as somebody who's 21 or 25 years old.
We have an awesome staff and some kick-ass beers. I definitely recommend if you've never come down to our brewery, you have to come down and check it out.
When someone comes to Latitude, they're drinking beer made on a brew house that has so much history in North County. They're drinking a part of that history.
I'm going down to the crossroads.
Artists in the most conventional meaning. Craft beer is an expression.
There's kind of two avenues, and I think you have to have a marriage of the two. Is the artistic side is you have to, in your head, you contemplate what you want the beer to be, what do you want it to do, what flavors do you want. Usually that comes from some inspiration, food, another beer you tried.
It's an expression of our culture.
The realism is that you need to sell the beer, or you can just homebrew it, which is great. But if you're going to sell the beer, you have to look at the market.
Push the limits every day, but it's not just about pushing those limits, because we have to be responsive to our customers. Without them, we're nothing. So we have to be responsive to their needs without selling our souls.
The pioneer spirit. We came out here back in the 1800s seeking a better life and doing things differently than back east. And I think that whole mindset extends now to beer making.
We have 4 or 5 core beers right now that we brew consistently.
I'm a hophead. I love IPAs. I love all manner of IPAs.
To me, I think honestly there's as much variety in IPAs alone as there is in a lot of other alcoholic beverages, even red wine, whiskey, and I love whiskey.
We have an IPA here to really satisfy almost everyone's taste.
But when you think about it, the flavor spectrum in whiskey isn't really any wider than IPAs alone, just that style of beer, because there's so much you can do with hops.
Fruity flavor,
Piney IPA, and
bitter.
You can have one that's fruity in that it's citrusy, or you can have it fruity and earthy.
San Diego is famous for them.
And that's just IPAs. The brew crew that plays together
stays together.
Craft beer has that feeling of David versus the Goliath, and I'm not one to badmouth the big breweries. I have respect for what they do.
Beer is definitely seen as a guy's gig. It is. But that's not true.
There's the idea that craft beer is trying to cut into what the Goliaths have.
It's not true at all. I love beer just as much as a lot of my guy friends do, and some of them more.
If your business model is you're a small brewery and you're trying to take that little bit of market share from the other small brewery down the street, that's kind of thinking small.
It is a livelihood for our employees.
What you want is for all the small breweries to get a bigger and bigger market share, a bigger and bigger piece of the pie.
Come down to San Diego and try out all of our beers, especially here at Latitude 33.
When you make a beer, what story is it going to try and tell to the people drinking it, And, it can change your mood. Beer, just like music, it's going to change your day,
Latitude 33.
That's what's up.
it.